Carnal de Telehit, y bueno, nos encontramos en una ocasión muy especial. Uno de los artistas más importantes en el desarrollo del rock en los últimos 20 años está de visita aquí en la República Mexicana. Estamos hablando de Chris Cornell. First of all, thank you very much for attending this interview.
Thank you.
Cool. So, the last time that I have the honor to talk with you, it was probably a month before the release of the Carry On album. How can you explain the natural process of the album to start playing the songs with the audience, the react of the audience?
Songs change when you play them live. The songs from this record have all been really like nicely segued into older songs. So they really do something that none of the songs from any other band or record I've made do. And there's like a sensitivity to it, a melody to it. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the subject matter. I'm not really sure what. But you know, doing a live concert where we would do Cochise and then the song Super On or something, and then into Arms Around Your Love from this record, and it's just a new mood, a different feeling that doesn't happen unless I play a song from this record. And that's made it kind of the most fun I've ever had performing live now, because there are so many different moods musically. And I feel like I'm finally stretching out as much as I've really always wanted to, or felt like I was able to, and be able to put that all together in one live show.
Now, with your two first singles, you show like two sides of Chris Cornell. With Arms Around Your Love, it's more melodic, more relaxing, and Now Such Things is like more aggressive, more rocker. How hard is to get that duality?
I don't know. I've done it for a long time and never really thought much about it. You know, in Soundgarden, we were pretty specifically aggressive for our first few records. But in that time, I released a song like Seasons. I did Temple of the Dog, where I wrote like 7 out of 10 songs, and several of them were really sort of very melodic and quiet. Songs like All Night Thing, Call Me a Dog, Say Hello to Heaven. You know, they were a different side of me already, and that was 1990, I think, that I wrote those songs. So even as early as then, I was already doing it, and I, you know, I wasn't really sure if it would work. It seemed to work separately. If I was making a Soundgarden record and we went and toured at Soundgarden, that worked. If I did a solo project and went and played that worked. But to put it all together, I was never really sure how that would work, or if that would work.
It worked out great.
It seems to work fine. You know, I don't know where exactly it comes from, but I've often thought maybe it's being a fan of the Beatles at such a young age, where I was listening to all their records, and maybe I just thought then that's where I learned what rock music is. To them, they could play any kind of song they wanted. They did Yesterday. They did, and then they did Helter Skelter. You know, the same band. They put very mellow songs, very aggressive songs, funny songs, lighthearted songs, really somber, sad, beautiful musical songs, all on the same record, singing in numerous styles, and I think that was what I initially thought a rock band or rock music was supposed to be. That's what music is. You do lots of different things, and it's fun to do that. And so I always kind of did that. Even before Soundgarden released records, I was making home recordings that were getting played on the local college radio station that were solo songs as far back as then. The two worlds always existed together, even though I was known for Soundgarden before anything else. And I wanted that. That was what I preferred. I put all my energy into that band, but I always was doing both.
Now, you just received a Grammy nomination for You Know My Name. Did you care about the awards or not that much?
It's you know, it's always nice. It doesn't bother me. I feel good when someone says, "Oh, you've been nominated for an award like that." There was a point in my career when I felt really good. My first Grammy nomination was in '88 or '89, and it was for Ultra Mega OK, which was Soundgarden's first full-length record, but it was an independent record. It didn't sell very many. We didn't get radio airplay. We didn't get video airplay. and yet we got a Grammy nomination. To me, that was something that was something special. That was kind of feeling like, wow, we're actually getting recognized, but without being recognized in any of the normal ways. You know, this must be real. This must be something that actually is based on the quality of the music, and it's not based on media or anything else. And that was an important moment for me, I think.
Now, talking more about yourself, right now we're really close to Christmas, and I know that when you have kids of the age of your kids, the magic is back. I mean, the Christmas is a great season. How are you feeling it right now with your little kids?
Well, it's simple to me. It's like a lot of things with children. The focus is really in the moment all the time. Adults are always worrying about tomorrow and 5 months from now and 10 years from now, especially when you have kids. You know, you could be playing with your 2-year-old and I'll literally stop and start worrying about what might happen to them when they're 14, and which is ridiculous. And kids really, they're just going from one moment to the next moment to the next moment. So when it comes to something like Christmas, I remember really vividly the magic that I felt surrounding it, and I just try to make that happen for them, you know, and just try to get them excited about it, and they do, you know. It's time goes by so fast for an adult, and especially watching your children grow up. I remember last Christmas like it was yesterday, when we stayed up all night long and made their playroom into something with all these new toys we bought them, so that when they came into it, they would just be thrilled, you know, and their eyes would get big. And we did that, and it was like, it seems like it was yesterday. To them, you know, it's a year is like forever. So, you know, I just go out of my way to do everything. We go out of our way to just make it an exciting moment for them.
And you look happy in that. I think that is a really important thing.
Yeah.
And now, okay, the last question, because I know that you have to do a lot of other interviews. You've been participating in great projects. So I would like to ask you each one of them, and you tell me the most important thing that you keep from that time, starting with Soundgarden, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think there's a most important thing from Soundgarden.
Some important?
There was a lot of different periods in Soundgarden, really. You know, if there's something I could say it's the most important, it's kind of how it ended, where, you know, we left making, I think, our best record on a high, really being very close as friends, and walked away from it being very respectful to the fans and being able to sort of put an end to it without it being a bad thing, which is so hard to do. And I'm really proud of that we were able to do that.
Now, Temple of the Dog?
Temple of the Dog was something that happened so quickly. You know, I think it's a positive thing that came out of a really negative situation. And without us really being adults or thinking about it or knowing what we were doing, we were able to do that, and we were able to kind of take music and make that our way of dealing with a loss that struck us all really, really hard.
Now, Audioslave?
Cuba's probably, like, you know, to me the biggest moment that I take away from it. Audioslave, it was a triumphant moment, and, you know, I saw us being all really moved by it, and you know, it was something that we did together that changed each of our lives individually forever, and it was really an amazing thing.
And your solo career?
Well, my solo career has sort of been fragmented over all this time, you know. I kind of view it all sort of as one musical career. But right now, being on the road with the musicians I'm out on the road with, you know, who have become my band, and we've become close and have played like the best live shows I've ever been a part of in my life. And looking forward to continuing to do that. Really, the touring that I've done since 2 months before the record came out has been the best time I've ever had on the road.
Thank you very much. It's an honor always to talk with you. And congratulations, you sounds great. And the musicians that you're with playing, they're awesome also.
Yeah, they're great.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bueno, hermanos, ya lo vieron, Chris Cornell. Vamos a continuar con más, no le cambien, estamos aquí en Telehit.